Greetings, everyone. What a great day. What a great ride these energies are today. So, this feels like the part of the rebirthing process where a missing component within the sacred masculine and sacred feminine rebalancing is coming into focus, becoming clear. To me, this feels like this is the reintroduction of the sacred child with their sacred parents that are the dancing balance of the sacred masculine and sacred feminine. So this is transitioning from a binary duality based reality to a trinary, which includes the pure joy and innocence and love that comes with simply walking in one's own creations. So one could think of and feel of the sacred child as an extension through creation, through procreation of the shared intent of creating a new life between the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. So in my awareness, and I could certainly be open to being shown some more, like on a physical and tangible level, where it's talking about the sacred child as a part and parcel of divinity, rather than like healing the inner child of wounds and all that. At this point, it's like that inner child is healed, and at this point it's that sacred child that is remembering themselves and remembering how to play without any of the backlash that has came as a result of the child being innocent, and also the purity and innocence of the children being sullied. So all of these different experiences where children have been misused, abused, traumatized, violated, all of those experiences, it's like we're watching that experience, those strings of events that enabled those experiences to be a part of this physical walkabout in these experiences that we're having. That's all clearing out, and what justice and whatever needs to happen for accountability to happen for violating the most sacred and cherished creations of our source. So that would be all of us. Like, we are the sacred children, and I'm not talking about just us in these human walkabouts, flesh shoots and all that. This is also like all the plants, all the animals, all the minerals, all the nature spirits. All of it is encompassed as a sacred child, because all of it in its pure form is simply another creation of our mother and father, our divine mother and father, to be more precise. So it's like, as the sacred child is emerging and feeling that it is safe to simply play and explore and be in joy and laughter and going and finding all their friends and playing games and simply enjoying this playground that our divine parents have so lovingly set up for us, that as we're transitioning physically into the new earth, it's like these are the stepping stones. It's like all the stress and turmoil and blah 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 that we've gone through, that's no longer in play any more than we give it any attention and focus. So it's like, what can you do today, right here, right now, that isn't simply about drawing out the inner child who has been abused or traumatized, or necessarily about showing that child those abused parts, that that what the present moment is all about, and allowing that child to mature. This is about simply embodying that child as a full and actualized part of ourselves that is actually closest to the purity of our core heart space and mind space, all that in balance. This is about letting go of all the imposed upon restrictions. This is about laughing at inappropriate moments. This is about simply being in levity and joy no matter what comes along. This is about being fully in the present moment. We're just playing one moment, and then we get out playing that game, and the next moment we pick up another game and focus purely on that. And however it all ties together, since there is so much to our being that is quantumly shifting, so all parts of ourselves coming into action and restoring that alignment within ourselves so that we can operate as fully spiritual beings who, one part of us is simply having a human experience, or maybe experiencing something else, yet being aware of experiencing both simultaneously, yet having full access to both of those experiences as well. And that's just one example of how living in a quantum state truly feels like. And so this is like the precursor to us activating our gifts to the next level, that at this point would seem rather like magical, or like something out of a movie. It's like, we're just being shown what is possible through that medium, and now it's time for that to actually come into play, where we get to just simply go and be wherever it is that we want to go and be, and interact with who we want to go and be with and play with, and not have like money be a restriction or travel time be a restriction. It's like it's opening us up to like traveling in ways that are more natural, communicating in ways that are more natural. So like teleportation and by location, and even opening portals and physically traveling in that way. It's not like it's something that's going to pop up immediately for a large number of us, yet this is what these energies are building up to, the reactivation of those gifts, and just simply being able to play and experience life completely on our own terms, since even as sacred children, we are still sovereign beings, and this is our way of, in one sense, of simply commanding our own experience to be the way that we want it to be, without all the restriction or impose upon belief systems, etc., that are not moving forward. So like we're in process of having our unrestricted joy and innocence and purity and love and gratitude flow into our lives in so many ways. It's like it's like waking up and smelling the coffee and enjoying that coffee, as well as, having a full breakfast and having wonderful people to share that with, and then, going out and doing something enjoyable with the day and living a life of passion and bringing service to all those in our communities and our tribes, so that, everyone is more and more able to express their own passion, their own joy, as we begin the process of reconnecting our interconnectedness. And so these moments, this has been coming through my Facebook postings, where those shut down parts of the sacred child are beginning to come back online and resurge. And through the process of this resurgence, there is catharsis. There is the tears that are shed for the destruction of the innocence as it's being rebuilt. There are tears being shed for all those children who have been mistreated, who have been kidnapped from their families, who have been satanically, ritually abused, who've been murdered, who, there's a whole list of things that are being processed and healed, so that the sacred child is no longer touched or tainted by any of that, so that the sacred child is able to be exactly how our divine parents intended us to be. It was really a beautiful moment for me personally to see and experience my work along those lines coming to fruition and being set free. So many children and so many people who've been touched by that contamination of what it means to be pure and innocent. And moving on to bigger and better things. And right now I'm simply experiencing the shifts within the collective consciousness grids as we are withdrawing our energies from that grid that supported such non-loving and interfering ways with how we've been living within this matrix, and shifting more and more into what is new, what is the new way of being? What is the Christ consciousness reasserting itself? What is living totally as we were purely intended to live as? That's what we're shifting into more and more. That is where energy and focus is going. And the more that we can recognize our fears and recognize what's maybe niggling us is simply going away, and the more that we allow ourselves to embody our own unique connection with the sacred child, that is what resolves that moving forward. Activate source code. I hope you all have a great day or a great night wherever you're at. We'll be talking again soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.